Nagasaki, we were met by lovely girls in kimonos. The girl in the center is Miss Nagasaki of 1958. We were invited to a geisha dance given at the International Cultural Hall. Refreshments were served before the dance. The tea ceremony is part of every Japanese entertainment. After a speech of welcome by the mayor, the dance began. The geisha orchestra played and sang as the girls danced. It was a very graceful and stately number. The Dutch settled in Nagasaki early in 1600, and the geishas recall this in a humorous dance. Following the geisha performance, a dragon dance was given. This dance was derived from China. A statue of peace has been erected in Nagasaki where the bomb fell. May 5th is Boys' Day, and for some time preceding it, hollow cloth banners representing carp are flown on poles in front of the houses, one fish for each son in the family. A family group. The Japanese love their children. The older school children wear uniforms. Japanese houses are of wood with tile or thatched roofs. A motomachi or shopping center in Nagasaki. This shopkeeper has a unique sign. The Japanese use many three-wheel trucks. An interesting old street. A small stream flows through part of town. On the way to Fukuoka, we passed many irrigated fields. Wooden bridges are frequently seen. We visit a typical Japanese monument. Japan airline planes are very good. Kyoto, the old capital of Japan, we pass over the inland sea. The Miyako Hotel in Kyoto is in the Western style, but still very Japanese. Trees in the garden of the hotel were in bloom. The detached palace is famous for its beautiful gardens. The gardens and architecture are regarded as the highest expression of the Japanese idea of beauty. It was built in early 1600 as a place of retirement for a prince. In 1883, it became an imperial palace. Pools of water, large or small, are part of Japanese landscaping. Notice how effectively the lone pine stands on a point of land. Many women still wear the traditional costume. Most of the men, however, have adopted Western-style clothes. On a lake in a thick forest stands the Golden Pavilion. The present building is an exact replica of the original one, which was constructed in 1394 but destroyed by fire a few years ago. The beautiful garden surrounding it testifies to the refined and artistic life of the nobility in the 14th century. The Miyako Odori, or cherry dance, is very popular with the Japanese. At the end of the theater, green tea is served. The orchestra of geishas is seated at the sides of the theater. These are the samisen players, while opposite are the drums and flutes. The older geishas play and sing, while the younger ones dance. The numbers are announced from in front of the curtain. Performing before a traditional background of silver screens with their fans decorated with cherry blossoms, the girls march onto the stage and cry in unison, "Let's start the cherry dance." This scene represents the bridge over the river Uji in late spring, where the girls play a game of sailing their fans on the stream. Suddenly the Hall of Phoenix appears, and the girls perform a graceful dance with the classical vocal accompaniment. In this scene, geishas dance in front of a backdrop of lighted tea houses, while the symbol of good luck is formed with fireworks on the mountain behind. This number represents the carol in autumn. Some of the geishas are dressed in the ancient costume of peasant girls who used to bring ladders, benches, and such merchandise to the city for sale. The typical dance performed in the guest room of a tea house is performed in this number. The closing scene is the dance of the cherry blossoms given in the courtyard of the Heian Shrine in Kyoto. The entire performance was delightful. Japanese shops are very colorful. Three generations. The children look like dolls with their black hair and eyes and fat red cheeks. Cherry trees are used not only in formal landscaping, but they are seen all over Japan. They bear no fruit, but are planted for their beautiful blossoms. The school children travel by the thousands throughout the country as part of their education. We met them at all of the shrines. They travel in April when the cherry blossoms are in bloom, and in October when the maple trees are red, as at these times Japan is the most beautiful. On the way to Lake Hakone to get a view of Fujiyama, we passed these interesting straw stacks. Fuji is in the clouds a large part of the time. Luckily, its top appeared out of the clouds just before our leaving time. Here we see the top of Fuji above the clouds, with the red torii gate on the lake shore. There is always a torii at the entrance to a Shinto shrine. The great Buddha at Kamakura was erected in 1252. A tray of oranges stands at its feet. Entrance to a shrine in Kamakura. The path to a tea house. The base construction of Tokyo's huge new TV tower, Tokyo's Eiffel Tower. The streets of Tokyo were decorated with paper lanterns and cherry blossoms. This lantern hangs on one of the live cherry trees surrounding the Emperor's Palace. The National Diet Library building was formerly the palace of the Crown Prince. On the electric train between Tokyo and Nikko, we passed through beautiful countryside. The fields are small and neat. Japan has many rivers. Fields of yellow blossoms of rape, a member of the mustard family, are seen frequently. Cooking oil is obtained from the seeds. Cherry blossoms on a hill beyond the village. The Kanaya Hotel in Nikko has a lovely garden. The sacred bridge at Nikko is open only for the Toshogu Shrine Festival. There is an avenue of cryptomeria trees 25 miles long, planted 300 years ago by one of the Shoguns. This avenue of imposing evergreens leads to the entrance of the Toshogu Shrine. looking back through the torii gate of the shrine at the avenue of cryptomerias. The five-storied pagoda in the courtyard represents heaven, wind, fire, water, and earth. This devil guards the entrance gate. One of the innumerable stone lanterns seen throughout Japan. They are for the purpose of lighting the way of the spirits into heaven. I wish we could have brought one home for the garden, but they were much too big. The buildings have a wide variety of architecture, some fairly simple like this one. Some were most ornate. There are many paintings inside the buildings. The sleeping cat is one of the most famous. They say the artist's right hand was cut off after painting this, his masterpiece. Golden lions guard one of the gates. The courtyard of the sacred stable. The sacred stable is decorated with carved and painted monkeys, which are supposed to protect the horses. It is on this stable that the original of the three monkeys, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, is carved. The sacred water house, where pilgrims to the shrine purify themselves. The Sunshine Gate is magnificent with its elaborate carving and painting. The niches on each side of the gate are carved warriors. There was a Japanese wedding at our hotel. The bridal party was posing for pictures by their own photographer, as the Japanese are as avid camera fans as American tourists. We got pictures too. The little bride is in the traditional wedding kimono and headdress. Here she is without the headdress, but with an elaborate hair arrangement. Lake Shuenzi, high in the mountains, is reached by a well-built mountain road. It climbs the mountain with 25 switchbacks. The lake lies almost at the base of the snow-capped mountains. From Nikko, we went to Yokohama, from which we were to sail. We passed again through the beautiful countryside. Japanese women carry their babies on their backs. Much rice is grown in Japan. The paddies are flooded by irrigation. Japan has an ample supply of electricity. The but there are still some old-fashioned water wheels in use. Here is one in a sawmill. Again we see cherry blossoms on a hillside. Yokohama is a very modern city. From the harbor, there's a splendid view of Fujiyama. When we sailed, it seemed as though everyone in Yokohama came to the farewell ceremony. The band played and geishas sang Sayonara. American and Japanese flags were waved and serpentine thrown. It was a gay departure. On our way out, the Coronia collided with the end of a break wall and knocked over a lighthouse. Her bow was badly damaged. We were 16 days waiting for repairs, during which time we were able to get much better acquainted with Japan. While we were in dry dock, a group from a Japanese flower arranging school came aboard to give a demonstration. They selected their flowers and greens very carefully, using only those which best suited their needs. An arrangement of greens and daisies. Side view of the same arrangement. One was very modern, a fan of bamboo, wired paper curls, and grilled calla lilies. This close-up view gives a better idea of how it looked. This one is in the Japanese style. This arrangement is of a more modern type. Here they used an odd combination of color and material: pine branches, red roses, and oranges. The effect is rather pleasing. This one in the odd-shaped container with Easter lilies and red-blossomed branches is quite different. A front view of the same arrangement. You see this type of arrangement in the tea houses and homes. It is a typical Japanese arrangement of iris leaves and 3 buds in a container designed by one of the early emperors. A very interesting thing about their arrangements is that while our garden clubs are concentrating on Japanese arrangements, they are trying to arrange their flowers in Western style. During our stay in Yokosuka, where the ship was being repaired, we did a lot of commuting to Tokyo, but between times found the opportunity to take drives along the shore of the peninsula at the mouth of Tokyo Bay. There are many little coves. On these, fishing villages are situated. Stakes driven near shore catch the kelp, which is dried and taken to market. Some fish are taken in seines near shore. Grotesque carvings like this stone dog or lion are frequently seen. The little houses enclosed by fences have gardens with flowering trees. There are many small parks. A Buddhist temple is nestled in a grove. Here is a Shinto shrine with its torii gate. A lovely tiny garden on an old stump. Near Yokosuka, there is a monument which commemorates the landing of Commodore Perry. Straw beehive huts are used to protect things against the weather. They are quite picturesque. A deep-sea fishing boat at the fish pier in Misaki. Another fishing village. Young boys are alike the world over. This little shrine was intriguing. We could not discover the reason for the aprons, however. A farmhouse flying the carp for Boys' Day. Dinner at a charming Japanese inn near Kamakura was a most interesting experience. The first courses were served in the main part of the inn, where we sat on cushions on the floor before a low table. First we had a variety of Japanese hors d'oeuvres, then a delicious soup, after which we adjourned to an outside building where we had a Mongolian-style Genghis Khan dinner, for which we sat on benches at a table and were served a variety of sliced meats and vegetables broiled at the table on hibachis, which are small iron grills. then returned to the room in the inn for cakes and tea. Following the meal, geisha girls entertained us. The seated girl played the samisen while another girl danced. There were several dance numbers. After the geisha dances, there were games played with individual members of the party. These were followed by the mime dance, a sort of follow-the-leader affair in which all of the audience participates. Before leaving, paper wigs were given each member of the party. The evening closed as we were all given lanterns and escorted to the station to catch our train. Another interesting demonstration was the art of bonsaki. The Oriental believes that man and nature are ordained to merge and make an harmonious whole. This outlook on nature has influenced the daily life of the people of the East and found expression in various phases of Japanese culture, such as landscape gardening, landscape painting in Chinese ink, ikebana, the art of flower arranging, shenoyu, the tea cult, and the arts of bankei and bonsaki. Bonsaki is the art of representing a landscape or a seascape on a black lacquered oval or rectangular tray or board, using stones, pebbles, and white sand. The beauty of a scene is shown by an artistic arrangement of the stones and sand. Japan has a wealth of interesting rocks and rock formations. A spit of land jutting out into a body of water is often used in a bonsaki. The seashore rock formations are fascinating. The twisted pines on a rocky promontory make a typical inspiration for a Japanese painting. This might well be the subject for a bankei, which is the art of portraying a bit of scenery in 3 dimensions on a tray or in a bowl. As the sun sets over the sea, we bid farewell to Japan and its cherry blossoms.